audio there, folks. So I'm going to start this over again. I want to wrap up this segment on the LGBT agenda, not talking about the bathrooms or the transgender myth. It's a real simple fact. Cutting your penis off doesn't make you a woman any more than gluing your penis to your car makes your car a man. God decided your gender. It's in your DNA. There's no mythical transgendering. But we're not going to talk about that. What I want to talk about now is the stupidity of the corporations and the politicians. Give me just 1 second. I got to type in the chat room. I'm going to have a little bit of editing to do on this afterward, but okay. Yeah, sometimes when you lose the connection, you got to take time to fix stuff. So what I want to talk about now is the stupidity of the corporations and the entertainers that all get on this bandwagon and start protesting. PayPal decides to close down a store in Mississippi. Apple decides not to put together a manufacturing center or a store in South Carolina. Bruce Springsteen cancels a concert that was scheduled for, I believe his was in Mississippi, North Carolina. One by one, okay? Bruce Springsteen canceled his concert in North Carolina because he didn't like the no men in women's bathroom law. That is just pure stupidity. This law changes nothing. Men were never allowed in the women's bathroom. They never were. All this stuff does is get them publicity. All the law in North Carolina did was cement it as a fact. We're not going to allow you in here. This is a safe place for women. So if it was okay for the men not to go in there before Springsteen booked the tour, why is it all of a sudden not okay? Nothing changed. This law did not change a single thing on bathrooms in North Carolina. And yet Bruce Springsteen booked a tour when it was this way, and now to get publicity, he cancels his tour. Meanwhile, we've got PayPal that cancels a global call center, I think it was, in South Carolina because he doesn't like the way gays are being treated. But it's okay to build an Asian call center in Singapore where they cane you and jail you for being homosexual. Apple cancels a store in Mississippi, I believe it was. This could be North Carolina as well because they're doing a lot of stuff up there. Apple cancels a store because they don't like a certain state's treatment of homosexuals, and yet they open a store in Saudi Arabia. Well, they will throw your gay ass off the top of a building just because you're gay. So all of this political crap over the politics of less than 2% of the population is insanity. Your thoughts, brother? That went longer than I thought because I had to do the fixing stuff, but what do you think?
Well, that's all right. Well, number one, everybody's afraid. I say everybody. All of your corporations today are afraid of being labeled as a homophobic corporation like Apple or anybody. As for Bruce Springsteen, he doesn't need the publicity. The guy's already an international superstar, and he's got 100% name recognition. Everybody knows who he is. He did it, who knows why, just to stand up and plant his flag and say, you know, I'm accepting, I'm a good guy, I love everybody. That's the only reason I can think of he'd do it.
Well, he doesn't like women because he's putting women and girls at risk.
Well, he doesn't think that way. He's trying to be accepting, and that's what they're all doing. The problem you've got, Tom, it all goes back to the Christianity issue. Everything goes back to those 501c3s. You no longer even have churches preaching against it. Churches are afraid. It is such a hot potato. Churches won't even address the subject today. They just like they won't address elections, just like they're even afraid to touch this topic because it is so inflammatory. And you have major corporations. The CEOs of these corporations are gay. You know, the gay population, whether we like it or not, my friend, are extraordinarily powerful in this country. They're probably the most powerful lobbying group there is in America today. And the politicians are afraid of them. The corporations are afraid of them. The music industry and the entertainment industry is largely...
They are fascists.
They may be, but that doesn't negate the fact that they're powerful, buddy.
Well, sure. I mean, it's real easy to be powerful when you're a fascist. When you go and out the CEO of Mozilla because he personally donated $1,000 to the pro-life or the pro-marriage ordinance in California, out of his own pocket, he personally endorsed the pro-marriage thing. These fascists raise hell to the board and get him thrown out of his own company, the company that he created. That's fascism. They want us to tolerate them, but they will not tolerate us. We have to tolerate them and bake cakes for them, but if we don't want to, they won't tolerate us. That's fascism.
Well, it's the same thing with Islam.
Well, exactly. There's nothing
there's
nothing more fascist than Islam.
For this.
And
there's a blueprint.
That's the reason the name of my site on this topic is algaeda.com. It is not an anti-gay site, but it is an anti-gay fascist agenda website.
Well, sure. It's Saul Alinsky.
Sure.
You know, for those that haven't read Saul Alinsky, you need to go read. Because what you're watching is his blueprint being played out in America today on a number of different levels. And it's like Paul Harvey had a great thing he put out back in the 60s or 70s. If I were the communists now were taking over America, I would do this.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes down this
If I were the devil. If I were the devil.
Is that it? Okay.
It's on the website TomO'Halloran.com. It's on the front page. If I were the devil. Absolutely perfect.
It's incredible, and he's right. He was right. And it's a war that's been going on for thousands of years, and it's going to keep going on until the Lord or whoever says we're going to change things now and do something about it.
This is something that I've talked about since I started this show 340-something shows ago. All of these fights, Democrat versus liberal, Islam versus Christianity, gay versus this, illegal it's all the same fight. It's good versus evil. It's the dark versus the light. It's the way of God's law versus the anarchists who want to be able to make the law whatever they feel like doing. And little bit by little bit, in baby steps, they're taking us down the path to hell.
Well, you're not going to go to hell. I hope I don't go to hell.
Oh, I won't go to hell.
I hope our friends don't go to hell, but you're right, the country's going to hell.
Yeah, and if we don't wake up, it's going to be real late in the process. So
well, that's what you have with the Tea Party. That's what the Tea Party's fighting against.
Yep.
They're struggling and fighting, and I have a little news for you on that front, by the way, whenever you're ready for it.
Go ahead, throw it out there, because we're coming up on the top of the hour. How's my promo?
Okay.
How's my promo for your book coming?
I gotta do that promo. You may want to hit the record button. We may try it here in a minute. I'm forming a corporation, and I'm working on right now reclaiming our old moniker, Tea Party of America, and I'm going to form the corporation for it in Iowa here in a month or two, and then we're going to get to work on implementing Chapter 19 of the book. We'll be fanning out, setting up delegates in each state, and getting this process ready to go for the midterms. in 2018. And then 2020, all hell's going to break loose. We will control the GOP. By 2020, we will be in control of the GOP.
Huh.
And we're going to determine who our nominee is. We're going to determine, and it's going to be done through a voting process by millions and millions and millions of patriots and a convention. And then we're going to come out and support that nominee prior to the Iowa caucuses of 2020. And it's going to be Katie bar the door. And we'll have our 1,237 delegates, believe me. We'll have our candidate and we'll have our delegates. And this is going to allow America to reclaim. We're going to reclaim this nation for we the people. That doesn't mean we're going to hate gays. It doesn't mean we're going to hate anybody.
Yeah.
But we're not going to stand back and allow you to abuse us either.
Amen. Amen. It's time to rise up. We're going to see a lot of rise. We're going to see a lot of rising. What's that?
I was going to say, if Jim and Mary don't want to bake you a wedding cake, then you need to go down to Buster and Bob's place, and maybe they will.
Right. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't bake us a cake. If you go into a gay bakery and tell them you want a pro-marriage wedding cake, they tell you to take a hike. Brother, final thoughts. We got a top of the hour.
Just go to my website, crowsnestpolitics.com. Click on the big icon that says pre-order ego to teabag here. We're going to tell you how to reclaim this country. I'm exposing the greed, the deceit, the corruption that's been within the Tea Party now for the last 7 years. And we're naming names, and we're going to get this mess cleaned up, and we're going to reorganize, and we're going to take our country back.
Sounds good to me, brother.
That's simple.
Listen, brother, appreciate you coming down as always and taking some time to spend some time with us, all right? Have yourself a wonderful weekend.
An honor.
Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday, all right?
You too, my friend.
All right, brother, take care. Folks, that's the show for the evening. God bless you and yours, America. This is Tom O'Halloran. I'm out. Tune in tomorrow for an episode of Jihad on America. 9 p.m. Texas time. Be there.